Yo, disclaimer, we don't take ourselves seriously, neither should you.
Alright, I'll let you know when we are. Alright, it's up. Hello.
Hi. Bit
Luna.
different, bit new.
Yes, and we're here in our matching flannies, and I absolutely love it. I feel close to you, even though you are super far away.
And we're apocalypse ready.
We are so
with
ready.
Our,
Masks.
with our wine.
I totally don't have my wine. I didn't bring wine. I was thinking about doing yoga later. I don't know. You get drunk. You get drunk. Oh.
I work tomorrow, but you know, and this bitch still doesn't work from home. But
all right, you know what's up? I am gonna go grab a drink. You need to talk real quick while I go run and grab a Canadian club. All right. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Hey guys, it's Luna. I've already had a glass of wine, so I'm feeling a little bit more chilled, a little bit more relaxed than normal so far. How great is it? It's amazing. Also, I hope all of you small business owners out there, if you're watching this, are doing okay, because you're all amazing and are all just being great by having a small business instead of like being part of the major corporation. I'm telling them that I hope small business owners are okay with like the apocalyptic thing that's happening at the moment. I just hope that they have what they need to get through, if that makes sense.
I hope they do too, honestly. It's fucked. How fucked is everything, Luna? Like, it's just insane.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. So this is a Canadian club that was left at my place when my sister had her hens night, which she had. And I'm so glad that we got to do it, because the weddings had to be like postponed because of all of this stuff, which is like really like upsetting, but at least we had the hens.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah.
You had one part of the like celebratory event. It's like our you know, the wedding that we were invited to, they've had to postpone their wedding as well.
I was wondering when that was going to happen, because obviously with weddings like left, right and center, and my sister's one getting postponed, like I was just wondering, like, are they really going to have that? I didn't think so, which is a real shame, but party when we can.
I think they're still going to like get married with like a celebrant, and like
they would as well. They're so in love, and I love that. And love.
I know. I love love, but love also really stresses me out, and like just love is a lot.
Yeah? What's going on, Luna? What's going on with you and your love life?
No, it's not even like, I don't know, just feelings in general in such like highly strong times. Like, I don't know about anyone else out there, but like I have anxiety and it's crippling, but my anxiety on a normal day right now is just like through the roof because of everything that's going on. And like, I'm not paranoid, I'm not a germaphobe, but it's scary. Like, what is happening in the world right now is terrifying. And the amount of toilet paper that people are buying when diarrhea isn't even a symptom of what's happening is also scary, but in a completely different way. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But basically, when your emotions are already heightened by the fact of like everything else going on, then you add in other emotions, whether they be good, bad, or whatever. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. And a lot's happening, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, a lot's happening, but like, I guess like nothing can really happen now. Like,
well, that's the thing. It's like a lot's happening because nothing's happening. It's like that great unknown, like, because we don't realistically know what we're going to be doing next.
Yeah.
Because our government's a big shit show.
Yeah. Well, at least like the Victorian government's just like, you know what? Like, I don't give a fuck what the PM's saying. We're going to shut down. We just go lock down and we're going to tell our schools to close because like that's what we should be doing. And I'm like so proud of like not everything that St. Andrews is doing. Like obviously what they're doing with the gas. I can't even find the words right now. I've taught so many lessons and now I've started drinking. Like how
Yeah.
they got the ban on fracking.
You had 2 sips of Canadian Club.
I was watching back our old video and like you're giving me shit for being so drunk off like 2 beers. Like this is me. This is me. Take it or leave it.
This is just
Damn.
who I am as a person.
I'm not
We
sorry
love it.
about
We
it.
love it.
But yeah.
Don't be sorry about it. Don't ever be sorry about who you are or how little you can drink, because one day that's gonna take you to the top. Oh, but you know, you asked me what's new with me. What's new with you? You fill me in on your life because we all know how much I love sharing things about my life.
Yeah. So I'm really excited that, well, I'm not really excited. I'm really excited about this aspect of my life and that like we are even more like Broad City in that we're 2 single ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's like a thing. But so for the people who don't know, I recently broke up with my partner of 6 years. I'm feeling really good about it because it was what the kids nowadays call a conscious uncoupling. Where we're just like, I need to work on myself right now, and I'm not going to do that with someone just putting up with my shit and loving me unconditionally and letting me be shit in all these different places. Like I feel like I'm all right, but there's good stuff with me that I need to sort out. I just wasn't sorting it out because I never felt like I had to.
And like I love that you're like so happy about that, but like me and so many other people watching this will be like, I've never had anyone love me unconditionally like that in a relationship.
Yeah.
No, I've never accepted my my dadship, but you know, like I get what you mean, and it's like it's amazing that you and like your ex-partner, who is such a lovely guy, by the way, I met him. It's not just her saying, "Oh my god, he's so great." Like he is actually a beautiful human being. If you're watching this, you're great. But but yeah, no, they're so good. Like separately, like this is going to be such a good thing for both of you. Like what you explained to me.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And we talk every day, like so much. We're best friends. We're so much kinder to each other. We don't put our shit on each other. Like I don't get angry at him. He doesn't get like angry with me. And you know how I get fucking fussy. Like I get fussy at the drop of a hat. But like that's just can you not laugh so much at that?
I'm just remembering walking down the street with you being like, I'm fussy the whole time, but it's fine.
It's fine. But that's really good. It was scary at the start. I feel like the big thing came from like I'm just afraid to be like alone, and that's not to say that that's why I was with him at all, but like I do have that. And how I treat a lot of my relationships, especially how I treat a lot of my friendships, I find that as soon as I get sometimes close to people, I'm really afraid of being alone. So I like, as an offensive, defensive move, I just start like not responding and I start pushing them away in little ways that I'm not conscious of, that I'm like, oh, I'm too busy to respond to that, or like this person's annoying me. No, they're not. I'm just really terrified how close they are to me, because once they get to a certain point of like closeness, then they can leave, and that hurts, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Literally like that. Yeah. Yes.
So I feel like I just need to deal with being alone. If I can learn how to be alone, then I won't keep approaching. I'll stop bringing it to my friendships, you know. And
like I know this is a bad thing to say, considering you just broke up with your boyfriend that you really, really loved. But do you think that it's possible to learn how to have that acceptance of being alone whilst you're still in like a romantic relationship? Like people can do some things and others can't do others. But like, do you think that you would be able to do that, or do you have to be like completely alone?
I feel like
to build that kind of like get back into a relationship. Does that make sense?
No, totally. I feel like I went through a similar conversation with a mate of mine where it was like, why can't you just like stay in the relationship but just like try and approach each other in this way where you're friends, you know? And us being together for like 6 years, we did everything. We've been through so many highs and so many lows, and like it was just at so many times it was just the worst thing. And anyone who's been in a long-term relationship would know those kinds of highs and lows that you just kind of work through. We went through every single possible way of trying, like me trying to deal with all of this stuff, and it just didn't have the same effect that it did this way. So I can't say that like you can or you can't find that in a relationship, because I'm sure there are people who are able to work through certain things, but maybe it's the stuff with myself. And like, I know he needs some fucking room to grow. Like, he hasn't been in his 20s and been single. And I know that that's just an important thing. Like, anyone just needs that for like a second. And he hasn't, like, it's a big part of growing up and just knowing yourself and knowing who you are without always having someone there to have your back. Like, you just have to have your own, you know?
It's interesting, like, that whole concept, because I feel like sometimes for myself, and I think I've spoken with other people who, when I'm single, I'm like, oh yeah, I know who I am, I know what I want, blah, 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 blah. But then as soon as like someone like starts coming into my life again, whether that be in like a romantic way or like a really, really close friend, I feel like I lose part of myself to that person. Like, even though I know who I am and I know what I want, as soon as you like start having those conversations, like, oh, what do you like? What do you do? What do you want to do? Do you want to go to do this? Oh no, I don't really like doing that, so let's go do this instead. And it's like, oh well, I don't like doing that, but that person wants to do that, so let's just go do that. Like over and over and over and over and over again. Like,
Yeah,
do you do that?
absolutely. I feel like that's with anyone, is like, as soon as you hang out with someone for even like a short or a long amount of time, as long as you do it like repeatedly, you start to take on parts of them. You just do it. I feel like after I've hung out with you, I'm a little bit, maybe it's because you're one of my few, like my only girlfriend that's not my sister, first of all. But because you are quite I love you. You are quite into the makeup and the hair, and like you're getting the outfits together, and if when I'm not around you, I'm around boys. Like, that's it. All my friends are boys and they don't really give a fuck. Like, I've got a good mate of mine who's really into fashion, but it's a different kind of thing from like what girls wear, you know? So
like,
or like he's got like a little bit of like a hip hop style going to him, and it's just like it's really cool, but it's like his own style, and he really consciously thinks about his outfits. And I've got mates who just like, they don't think about their outfits at all. It's just like whatever fits and looks okay.
Or they might dresses them in. That's also usually an option. But
yeah, I didn't want to go that way. I didn't want to like sell them out and be like, you just buy what, you know, buy what your mom wears, your mom buys. But when I come away from hanging out with you, I'm thinking about that a little bit more, and I think that that's okay, especially if like you're hanging out with people that you like. I think that's why it's so important to like really be picky about your friends and like the kind of energy and the kind of people that you're around. Because you do like consciously and unconsciously pick up their habits, not just their like what they wear and how they dress and the things they talk and the way they talk, but also like their energy in terms of like how they work through life and what they're aiming for. And are they aiming to do more and be more, or are they not really caring about themselves? And if you're hanging out with people that don't care about themselves, you end up not caring about yourself either. Like,
100%. Like their attitude, their mentality, like literally every single part of a person that comes into your life, whether it be a friend, a partner, a housemate, a work colleague, like a person that walks down the street who will like say something to you, whether it be positive or negative, like you then pick up something off that will then influence choices that you make later on, I think.
Absolutely. Ooh, we never do small talk. Like, small talk is not a thing, and I love it because I don't like small talk. I don't have time for it.
Small talk sucks, except, like, when I get anxious, again, back to my anxiety, it's such a relevant part of my life right now.
Yeah,
But
okay.
do you feel...
Kind of go on.
Do you feel that when you're super anxious and you're in, like, some kind of a social setting where you have to, like, small talk is all you can say? Like, and as much as you want to talk about heavier shit or, like, real shit, your brain is just like, all I can deal with right now is small talk and how nice the weather is and, like, what's your favorite color? Because that happens to me a lot recently, and hopefully I'm not the only one who goes through that. But
I'm sure you're not. I'm so sure that that's not a thing. That's just you. I
or are you
personally,
the opposite?
I don't experience that much social anxiety.
Oh.
I definitely have my own anxiety things, and, like, it takes, like, a fair amount for me to get to that point. But, like, it's not really when I'm hanging out with people. I think maybe it's like I just shut down. Like, I just get real quiet.
Yeah.
That's me. I think, yeah.
Well,
like, I don't even think I can handle small talk at those points. Like, when it does affect me socially, because I'm a very, like, social person. I like talking to people, and I usually, like, there's just another Danny that comes forward during those points and just, like,
yeah,
takes the front seat and drives it all. So if she's not there driving the front seat and being all social, I just shut down. I think that's what happens when I'm anxious.
Well, that's why I drink when I'm in a social setting, like, because that's how I coped for so long, and, like, I'm almost older than I am right now, and I'm like, man, I should probably learn some, like, healthy coping mechanisms for, like, talking to people besides, drinking. But I mean, here we are. Speaking of drinking, I'm gonna get some more wine. Hold on.
Do it.
Here's
Oh, nice. It's
prepared.
right there. It's right there. Is it still red?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it cold?
Yeah, because I opened it yesterday, but there was an incident yesterday which made me not drink it, and I don't want to talk about that right now.
Okay.
But I had to put it in the fridge to stop it from going bad. But it was a special delivery from someone, so.
From someone.
But yeah, anyway. Also, before we started recording, Danny told me about this new tarot deck.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you brought it up.
So she's gonna, like, do a walkthrough of her cards right now so we can get off that topic. Awesome. Let's go.
What we'll also do is, like, we'll do like a mini half reading as well. I'll see what cards fall out as I'm talking to you, and I'll make up, like, I really don't know this deck very well. I know, like, it's been a while since I've read stuff. So we have a common...
We should do a reading.
Oh my god,
guys, if we did an Instagram live, would y'all want us to do a reading for you?
Comments below.
Would you be
Let's
down?
go. You know what?
And you can pick, like, who reads what cards, and we'll have, like, maybe 2 decks each, which you can pick from. Obviously, we wouldn't do the reading bit live because we'd need to obviously cleanse the card if we're doing new people and all of that kind of shit. But let us know if you'd want us to read your cards for you, because we're super keen.
Yes. Also, I've been getting really into this YouTube account because the person who gave me this deck gave it to me around my birthday, and he's a mutual friend of ours, but we sort of not naming names, but he's a mutual friend of ours, and he showed me the this YouTube channel called Taroverse, and it's just this awesome guy who does like
Sounds really familiar.
signs. He like does your sign and also does like 3 readings a month, just posts them up, and I'm like, they're scary accurate. Like, it's so good but so comforting and like brings me so much clarity. I'll link you, but everyone else needs to get on board with Taroverse. This guy's just killing the game, and he also has some of the prettiest decks I've ever seen. It's just like ridiculous how awesome his decks are. All right, you ready?
Dan will put a link in the description, by the way.
Yes. So it's called Tattoo Tarot.
Oh, fuck, that's beautiful.
So I'll show you some of the ones. Are there any ones in particular that you'd want to see? So I'm just going to show you the front of the booklet so you can get an idea for like the vibes.
So it's really like neo-trad, like, well, not neo-trad, actually, just like traditional, like as fuck tattoos designs.
Yeah. What can be hard about it? 9 of Cups. If someone in the comments wants to tell us what 9 of Cups means and like how that relates. Do you know what the 9 of Cups means? See, all of the cups and the swords and stuff, they're like all just like patterned like that. Like they've got little bits of meaning places, but like they're not as symbolic as like the Rider-Waite's like I'm used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're so detailed though, like just gorgeous. And I mean, you are on. Stop. I love
all right,
that.
let's pull out some ones that you're like. So this is a knave, which is a knight. Everyone's just so beautiful, you know? Like,
I love
stunning. Stunning. All right, let's pull out my boo. Hold on. Queen of Wands. This bitch is amazing. Look at her. Right?
You
know
could kill every single man on this planet.
Who am I going to pull out right now?
I'm thinking Star, maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
You're wrong.
Maybe.
Like, there's one card that I want to find
for
you, and it's my boo. My boo, the High Priestess.
It's our boo, bitch. She's on my fucking back.
She belongs to all of us. All right, so I'm just going to quickly... I'm going to shuffle. I want to see if a card pulls up, and then it's going to be the Luna card, and I'm going to say some stuff about you. Man, I don't know what kind of like order we're going to be posting these videos up, because we have the first one, and then we agreed together not to post the second one. And then we've got this format, which I'm liking a lot. And it's going to have
I like it too.
Yeah.
And then we've also got that short little clip that we did in the city.
Yeah.
And then we've also got that series of clips. Have they all uploaded yet, by the way?
I haven't watched them. And like, to be completely honest, the reason why is like, and I hate that this is a thing. And like, I'm really trying to work on it because I'm just saying so many negative things about myself lately. And I'm turning that around, and I'm so fucking beautiful. And like, I literally can't even deal with how gorgeous I am every time I catch myself in the mirror. But that's not how I was feeling about the videos that I saw of that night. So it's hard to look at it, because every time I look at it, I just start like, I'm looking a little chunky, you know? And it's just like, I'm really trying to rewire my brain, and like, when I feel like I'm solid in like this new mentality of reminding myself how fucking stunning I am, then I can go back and look at those videos. But that's the only reason why I haven't.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can always use those videos later as like a flashback thing.
Yes, absolutely. And I do want to use them. Just give me like another half a week, and then once I'm definitely in this place, I'll do it. All right.
Well, Aries
coins. Who's the king of coins? Who's this?
I don't know, but I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing to me right now.
All right.
Should I Google it? I'm going to Google it.
No, I'm just going to tell you. King of coins, that's like coins of pentacles.
Yeah.
So, who the fuck is the king of pentacles in your life right now? Yeah, see? I don't even Google shit. There's a boy, and you're not sorry, not even a boy. There's a man. There is a man. What's up? How you doing? Luna's 10 on the mic.
There's a situation happening at the moment, but I don't want to, I don't know, like, it's, as I said before, like, I get scared about shit really easily when it comes to emotions, and I don't want to like jinx anything that may or may not happen. And I mean, if it didn't happen, I would understand why it didn't happen, but I also kind of really want something to happen from it because it would be amazing. But you know, yeah, you drink more of your fucking Canadian Club and get on my red wine 2.5 glasses deep level, please.
You know I don't need that much. I'm already there with you. I am there with you. I was there with you after my 3rd sip.
Yeah, I know, but I now have wine teeth as well. So
Does
you're
he have
already
facial hair? Does your man have facial hair? Totally fucking does. I'm sorry, just so that the viewers at home can see that this motherfucker has facial hair. Ah. This is funny.
so much.
I like don't know
This is
the
not what I
personality.
wanted to talk.
I don't know the personality of these cards very well yet. I think they're still getting to know me. Oh, I just like said getting to know me, and then I cut the deck. A bloody boom. Bloody boom, we've got the tower. That's me right now. The tower is just me. Just everything's crumbling down in like a good way. Like I'm just absolutely destroying myself to like.
But you're like building down something that needed to come down to rebuild something that you need to like rebuild on like the proper.
That's it. I feel like I need to.
You're renovating.
I am renovating. I'm hella fucking renovating in a big way. I feel like I'm kind of like I am in a way destroying myself to replace that with someone else, but like I don't really see it as that. I feel like I'm just kind of shedding parts of myself.
Yeah, you're shedding your skin more than like destroying who you are. It's like the snake. The snake is still the snake. It's just outgrown the skin that it's in right now. So it has to shed that to make room for the new one to upgrade.
Yeah. Making way for that like new self to come through. So that's me right now. That's the cards. So that's my new deck. So expect to see that and totally request it when we do reading things.
Yeah.
And check out Taroverse. All right, cool. What else are we gonna? Next thing. I feel like I had a whole bunch of things. All right, so let's talk about being in our mid-20s and having to deal with lockdown. Yeah.
I've seen this a lot on like Facebook and shit recently, and I totally relate. And I'm sure you do as well, and maybe a different way than what I do. But I feel like over like 2020 was supposed to be my year, has not been my year.
Still our year.
But after like some really traumatic shit happened to me in like the very start of this year, which sucks. But I mean, that's life. It happened. Sorry, I just got a message. But you know, yeah, you rebuild and you come out stronger. It's still hard, but you just, yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. But I keep seeing all of these posts on like Instagram and Facebook of people being like, oh yeah, I feel like I was finally like heading in the right direction. Like I had everything all like, I was the most together I'd been like in my entire life. And then lockdown happened. And it's like, yes, yes, I relate to that. Because I had all of that stuff happen and then all of the other stuff that's happened my entire life. But then some new stuff started happening for me, like just kind of like sprouting up in the bottom, just like good, it's good. Not too good, but very good. Just growing, budding. And then this shit happened. And I mean, like, obviously it's a crisis across the globe. Like, I'm not trying to downplay the situation. But for people who do have issues with mental health, whether that be something like as small as anxiety and depression, I have those things, so I'm not saying that lightheartedly, or something more serious like, I don't know, some kind of a disorder of some kind, like schizophrenia or something like that. This shit is going to hit really hard, like really, really fucking hard, especially the whole isolation element of it, and especially in younger people. Like, I don't know, older people, I feel like, not that they've necessarily ever gone through something like this before in their lifetime, but I think that they've had similar things maybe happen, or they'd be more used to the idea of isolation rather than, you know, us who are just like starting out life. Not trying to like downplay again the severity of anything that's happening, but you know. And my light just died. Amazing.
I don't think I noticed any difference in the light.
I did.
Do you have another light? Can you move into a different space to get light? Oh, my hair.
Oh no, it's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I think it's just because the battery's dying on it. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard, man. It's hard for everyone.
Yeah. Tough. You just threw some heavy shit on me, and now I'm just like thinking about my mates, and I'm like, oh, I hope they're okay. Cause yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something that people don't think about. Like, and I mean, I'm just as guilty of that. Like, I'm thinking about it from my perspective, but then I haven't really kind of like stepped a little bit, but not a huge amount, and been like, wow, what's it going to be like for people who are like severely worse off than me, people who I don't even know. Like, and that's the thing as well. Like and then there are all of the people who have to work with those people as well. And like, they've got like weakened immune systems as is, if they're in like a facility of some kind, more than likely, because that usually comes hand in hand when it comes to like serious mental health cases. I don't know. I could be bullshitting, but it sounds right. I think that's right.
I'm on day 10 of isolation, so I've been like I feel like, considering I'm a very like, I don't have really bad anxiety. I'm very, very fortunate to like have most of my serious like psychological issues be behind me, for the most part. And I still got my own shit. But I'm on day 10 now, and I'm of pretty sound mind. And I've broken down so many times in the last 10 days. And I've been stuck in the same room because I'm isolated from the rest of my family. So I can very rarely get to actually go out of my bedroom.
Oh, really? I didn't know you were isolated from your whole family.
Yeah, because my mom and my sister work in aged care. So that's the whole reason why I'm isolating. Like, I'm not that sick. I'm just showing symptoms. And I might have had students that have traveled somewhere and they play the same piano with me, or it might have come from someone else, or like maybe there was a waiter at a restaurant that I went to that was a bit sick, but you know, put it down to smoking too much that week, and that's why their throat was sore, or maybe they didn't even realize. Because when we're this young and we're this healthy, all these symptoms we can just put on other things. Like, I've gone to work much sicker than I was in the last 10 days.
Yeah, absolutely. Same.
I wouldn't
100%.
But like, because my mom and my sister are in that position, I really don't want to put anyone at risk. So I'm just like, when I isolate, I'm very fortunate to have the kind of job where I can work from home because I teach, so I can do that online. But I went for a walk the other day, just onto the beach, which is what I do. I go really late at night, be careful not to touch anything. It's all windy and like there's no people there because I go late at night. And the joy I felt when I got to walk 30 steps in one direction was unbelievable. Like, I could not even believe how my body and my spirit reacted to be able to move that far. Because for the last 10 days, I hadn't been able to walk more than 10 steps in one direction and have to turn around. Like, it's been really, really hard being stuck in this place. So I really do feel, after being in this little room for 10 days, and I think about myself. So when you talk about other people, and I'm thinking of my mates as well who are also stuck and don't have like the same kind of like mentality as me, and I'm a pretty fucking positive person, you know. So if they're not like that, then they are having a hard time, because I'm having a hard time. And my heart goes out to everyone right now, because our bodies need movement and they need sunlight. Like we're like plants. Like, we need sunlight. We need movement. We need freedom. We need to feel the wind. And when we don't have that, like, it affects our minds so much. But
well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing as well. Like, I mean, I had a sore throat basically for like 2 days. And I was like, okay, it hasn't gone away. It's like pretty consistent. It hasn't necessarily gotten worse, but it's still there. So I isolated myself upon the doctor's recommendation. So after like day 2, because all I'm doing is like lying in my bed or sitting on my couch, like curled up, like I was starting to get pains in like my back. And then I looked up online, I was like, symptoms of whatever's happening at the moment. And it's like body aches. And I was like, oh shit, like, do I actually have this? But then I was like, oh wait, no, I haven't been moving. So therefore that's that. But then it's also just like, maybe that is a symptom. Like, it's just, but why would I have that now after feeling better from what I originally was like not feeling good about? Would that come up? Like, you know, it's just, it's hard. And like tomorrow is my first day back at like the office, but then they're all going to be sending us to work from home again. Like, it's just, and I'm one of the lucky ones. Like, I am classified as being essential at the moment. But there are so many people out there who aren't that lucky, who are losing their job or are being like, or casual workers who aren't necessarily losing their job, but are losing shit because they don't have that security of full time. Or even if they are full time, again, their job isn't classified as essential. So therefore, they're losing their hours, or they're being made to take annual leave, or they're being completely laid off. Like, it's just, it's a blessing and a curse, because being essential is great because you've got the guarantee of an income. But then it's also like, I don't drive. I still have to go out on public transport every day. Like, you've got that worry on you. And like, yeah, sure, there's lockdown, like people, not as many people are going to be going out. But then what if there's someone else who has this thing, who has to go get their groceries from the store, and for whatever, and they don't have a clean mask, or they forgot to wash their hands, and like, I touched something that they've touched. Like, it's just, there is just so much of a risk with everything right now that media is like planting into your brain. And like, half of it is legitimate, but then the other half of it, I feel, is like, I don't know, dramatized is the wrong word, but I feel like it's misinformation. Like, it could be delivered in a different way that wouldn't be causing everyone to freak out as much as they are right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Because like, when you like set panic into people's minds, like, I know so much about the power of like, and people might think it's bullshit, whatever, it's what works for me, but manifestation, you know? You think about something, it's gonna happen.
This girl, manifesting is real.
Manifesting's so fucking real for me. My life is.
I was like, I like that stuff. Like, I'm spiritually aware or whatever. But this, I was like, manifesting, yeah. This girl has manifested some real shit for me recently. I'm like 80%.
Like, actually? Yes? Because you never told me. How fucking dare you not tell me that my manifestation works? You know what? You only tell me when my manifestation doesn't work. And I just have to keep telling you, just wait.
I'm not trying to like boost your ego or like rip your ego to shreds right now, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good.
I know.
Again, I don't want to talk about it.
It's fine. I'm not talking about it, but I'm just glad that I'm right and that I am this like wonderfully powerful being. I'm not trying to boost myself up like that. We're all wonderfully powerful beings as long as we like do the shit, you know? But yes, manifestation's real. So if you set the whole world into a panic and say that everyone's going to be unhealthy, you are manifesting panic and, you know, illness. So yeah, that freaks me out a lot, like on a worldwide scale, that everyone is in fear. I don't like that. I really, really don't, because I feel like that's slowing the healing.
Yeah.
So I agree.
The thing that,
Go on.
what?
I agree that like just sometimes like it's so much fear. I just feel like sometimes it's too much. You're right, and maybe there is another way to put it. I don't know what that way that is. That's not like my. But
I don't think and that's the thing as well. I don't think anyone does know how to put it the right way, but I don't think anyone is willing to try, because we've been doing it this way for so long. And like I've said to people recently, like when discussing this issue and like other issues, like we are creatures of habit, and it's disturbing and disgusting sometimes how like comfortable we are causing the amount of damage that we cause, not just to each other, not just to animals, but the actual environment that we live in. Like we as a race, as a species, not a race, a species, are the reason that this planet is the way that it is. And like, yeah, ice ages happen every whatever many years, but like it doesn't get as bad as it is right now without us helping it to do that.
yes,
Man, Jenny, why can't we talk about something normal?
we are talking about normal things. I'm sorry, as far as everyone else is concerned, like, you know what? No. People can have their pods that are nonsense, and they can have their pods that are about movies and books, and this is what our pod is about. Like, it's just like, what do two girls talk about when they're drinking on a Monday night? This is what they talk about. So if you're wondering, you know, you want some girlfriends to talk about girly things, this is it. This is what we talk about. And you're right.
This bitch may look like a gothic Barbie, and you may look like a complete tomboy, but we talk about real shit.
I'm like literally wearing one of my very few like low cut shirts, but yeah, sure. Come on, let's call me a tomboy.
Okay.
It's cool. It's fine.
I mean,
it's fine. No, you're right. I'm just like not super sexualizing myself. That's cool.
Just because you wear a low cut shirt doesn't mean that you can't still be classed as a tomboy. I mean, you are wearing a flannel.
Yeah, I wore the flannel because you were wearing the flannel. You know that's why you're laughing right now. I was looking like a super hot girl until you were like, you wear the flannel too. It's all your fucking fault. You know what? I'm cute. I don't give a fuck.
Take it up.
No, it's
Take it off. Show me your low cut top.
No.
Show me.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But you see, it's just like, I'm not trying to like throw shade on girls that do sexualize themselves or like stick whatever out there, because I'm like, do it, fucking do it. I just not comfortable.
Is this not your thing?
It's not my thing. It's really, really not my thing.
Yeah.
It was for a
And
time.
that's it.
I just don't want to do it. Yeah. I think it comes from like whenever I get like overly sexualizing myself, people just bring it back to my race, and that's what I'm really not. That's what I'm uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
I just want to like.
Well, but that gets back to like the first episode that we talked about, or did we talk about that in the second episode?
No,
That's the one.
it was the first one.
I can't remember, but yeah, I still find that disgusting. And that's the other thing about what's been happening recently.
Yes,
like with this whole like COVID-19, again, not taking away from how serious it is, but the xenophobia that's come out of this shit is actually insane. Like there's this, I've just remembered my coffee shop that I go to that's near my work is a small business. I hope they're okay. But they're run by like these lovely Asian girls there. They always are like, oh, hi Luna, and like they know my coffee order off by heart. They always chat to me, like they're super lovely. I love them. They're like family. Like before I go to the office every day. And like they were talking to me about some of the stuff that they've had to deal with recently, and not even like necessarily them, but like their friends have had to deal with, like the comments that people have said, like the like worrying looks, the like hurried off like as soon as they see them. And it's just like, this issue may have stemmed from that country, but that doesn't mean that it's exclusive to them. Like it affects everyone. It's not just because of that one particular portion. Like we, again, as a species, have done this, not just that one teeny little bit part, you know? Like I hate it. Have you,
like,
or
no, go on. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, have you or like your family or anything had anything like that happen to them?
Not
With this?
recently. I feel like because it came out of China and Wuhan, like my mom is got the darker skin. She's obviously like not Chinese, and out of like you look at her and you just think that she's not. She doesn't look Chinese at all. She definitely looks like Southeast Asian.
Right.
Whereas like out of my like tight knit family, I've probably got the most like almond shaped eyes, I guess, if you want to call them that. Where my sisters have a lot rounder eyes, like a lot more Western eyes. And I haven't received anything like that. But I think that's because like I don't work in like I don't work with the public. People who come to me for work, they know me. But I have seen on the streets, like you'll see someone, I think I was at St. Kilda Fest, and there was a couple that I thought looked Korean walking down the road, and some Aussie just literally went up and started shouting in their face. It was disgusting. And every time I see something like that, and I see it all the time in the city and stuff like that, it honestly hurts my soul. It hurts my soul because they shouldn't be treated like that.
Why? It just confuses me. Like, why is this still happening? Why is this still happening? We're in 2020. We're all woke. Like, it shouldn't be a thing. Like, even, and it's not even just like Western countries either. Like, I was speaking to this woman that I work with today who comes from like an Indian background, and her mum still lives in India, and she was telling me that her mum was at a gym because apparently they haven't shut their gyms yet. Also, Australia shut all their gyms. Don't know if anywhere else in the world has done that, but we have. Anyway, her mum was at the gym, and a members gym, as most gyms are, and there was a Japanese man there, and one woman at the gym, like as soon as she saw him, like ran to her locker and grabbed her face mask and then complained to like the management of the gym. And then apparently so many other members of that said gym complained as well that the gym was left with no other option but to force that man to leave.
No.
Like saying he'll come back. Because otherwise they would have lost too much money from the other patrons. And like, I hate that. I really hate that. But can you imagine being in either of those positions? Because either of those positions, like the Japanese man or the owner of the gym, would have been absolutely like horrific on so many different levels, given what's happening right now. If there wasn't an epidemic right now and that situation has happened, I would have been like, nah, fuck that gym. But like, again, I don't know enough about that gym situation. What if it, like, I mean, it's horrible, and I completely agree that it's wrong and it shouldn't have happened. And if I had been there, I would have been like, no, fuck this. But if you look at it like, again, and everyone's probably going to hate me for saying this, but like from a business point of view, like given what's happening.
It's your livelihood. Like, I understand. It's
Yeah,
hard
like
for me to be like, yeah, like, because I know I'm completely biased. I'm a minority here. So, like, I'm always going to pick the side of the minority if I feel like they're being discriminated against, especially if it's a group of racist people being like, you need to go. And then the owner comes to all the racists. I'm going to be like, no, all you racists can fuck off. Like, that's me. But I totally understand his livelihood's at stake, especially when there's a crisis going on. Like, I understand. I don't think it's okay. I don't think that situation's okay. I just don't think this should be
that situation shouldn't have even been a situation.
No,
it shouldn't. It shouldn't have existed. And I personally, if I had been a patron at that gym and heard about that, I would have left that gym after that happened. But I mean, that's just me. But I mean, see that it's not even just like, it's not even just Western countries. It's like everywhere. And like, I was shocked by that because of where it was. Like, I thought surely like it would have been a little bit better there than it is here. But no, it's the same everywhere. And it's absolutely fucked.
Yup. It is. It's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. Man, this shit's made me sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I feel like we've just gotten very like, and I'm glad to be talking to anyone at all, firstly, because I've been in isolation, and like I've gotten really comfortable with these kind of discussions now. But like, I don't think I've been brought back to reality as much as I have in this conversation when I think about all the other people that are in similar situations than me, in that we're all kind of just stuck. But they're not the same as me. They have other things to deal with, and they might not be dealing with it in the same way that I am. And whenever we talk about people being racist against Asians, I'm always just going to get real down about it. Because, like, why does it have to be a thing ever?
And I mean, it shouldn't be a thing. I don't understand why it is a thing, because I don't know. Yeah. It's not even something that directly affects me like it directly affects you, but it confuses the absolute shit out of me. Yet it still happens every fucking day.
So
we should probably talk about something that isn't like so heavy and like.
Let's continue to talk about like all of this COVID stuff, because that's what we're currently having to deal with. But like, let's look on like the forward. We're doing shit stuff, and I'm not saying to the people that you have to be doing things with your life, but how did you cope with your days of isolation, and what are your like goals just personally for yourself in order to kind of get through the day? Like, do you have like activities that you set for yourself to do, or like checklist things that you can do throughout the day so you're not just laying in bed all day?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was only isolated for 3 days. So I wasn't super isolated, just because I literally felt fine. It was just a scratchy throat. Obviously, if you feel any symptoms whatsoever, go to your fucking doctor.
Or call your doctor. Don't go.
Yeah. Call the doctor, or call your hotline that you've got. And then there are also, in Australia and on the website that I went through, if you guys don't have Health Engine and you're a broke bitch like me, it's on My Health Engine. It's amazing. It you type in what you need, and it gives you all of the bulk billing medical services near you. And through that, the doctor surgery that I went to, before you made an appointment, had a checklist thing for symptoms and everything like that. And it's like an online quiz, but it's through a government regimented website. So I feel like, it's pretty decent in terms of the quality of it and the questions. But you do that, and then they'll be like, oh, you're like mild or severe or whatever, and like you should either go to the doctor or the hospital or call the hotline. And so I tried to call the doctor first, but I couldn't get through. I did the test, and they were like, you might be at minor risk, given that where I work is like the place that I have to go through to get to where I work is connected to the airport. So there's a lot of foot traffic coming in every day, like things like that. So I was like, okay, and then I catch public transport basically every day as well. So I went to the doctor, and they were like, yeah, isolate yourself for a couple of days. And I cleaned.
Nice.
And I unpacked, because I just moved as well. Don't know if you guys do that. But yeah, I just moved. So I finished all the unpacking that I needed to. I ordered the remainder of the furniture that I needed to as well. And then yeah, went a little bit crazy on the last day, but that's fine.
That happened.
But definitely having a plan for what you're going to do has helped me.
I think that's the first thing is like cleaning is so good. Like that's one of those things that like, yeah, it really does help you so much, and you can really kill so much time, makes you feel so accomplished afterwards, and you can just sit in your cleanness and be like, fuck yes. I think the thing I like about like cleaning is that like when things are messy, you feel like all your space is occupied. Like you don't feel free enough to just kind of move in all your space. And once you like declutter, you feel like you have more space, and you feel like you can do anything in that space because it's not occupied, So I think that's amazing
100%.
thing. Yeah. I myself, go on. What did you say again?
I was just going to say, the other thing that ties in with like decluttering is like reorganizing. Like if you are feeling stale in like your environment, and like everything's like not, even if you've just cleaned, or like you feel like everything's pretty clean, literally just move furniture around and you will feel so much better. It's going to be like you've got new shit everywhere, like, and sage the shit out of everything, and
yes,
you basically have a new room. You're welcome, without having to spend any money on furniture.
Yeah,
not me.
I need to buy some new tapestries. I've got like carts and carts and carts full of just tapestries, because 10 days in, this background, I'm not having it. And I'd take it down, except like I sing in my room a lot, and having the material covering the wall actually like changes how my room sounds. So once I take it off and I have the flat wall there, my room sounds different when I sing, and I don't like it. So it's still there until I can replace it. And I'm going to be a completely cliched Pisces and get a mandala tapestry and cover it with fairy lights. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't even care. I love that shit. It looks pretty. So I don't care if people are like, oh, that's really lame. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's for me. So I'm going to have a really pretty tapestry. I'm going to have pretty fairy lights, and fuck you. And if you have that shit in your room, I love you. It's amazing. It's magical.
You can have my lights if you want them, like the ones that I used to have outside that would dangle down.
Are they plug-in ones?
Yeah.
Awesome. I will take them if I can get to your, I was about to say your suburb, if I can get to where you are. We'll see.
I can just post them to you depending on how long this like lockdown shit lasts.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. If we leave them outside your house, I can get someone to come pick them up, and then we can do it that way. So
leave them in a suitcase in an unknown location.
No. What we don't need right now is another whole lot of panic. That's wrong. It's a bad idea.
Sorry, people shouldn't be letting me drink this much wine on a fucking Monday.
Do it. Monday. I've been making my bed every morning. So that's like
How good is it?
It's good. And like, especially because I'm stuck in my room. If my bed's not made, I'm gonna just keep going into bed. Like, so I did for the first 2 days. The first 2 days though, I was very like tired. The worst of my sickness was happening. I was having aches in my body and I was really, really tired and had a lot of headaches. So I stayed in bed a lot. But then it got to a point where I was like, no, I'm making my bed so I can feel like I can occupy it without feeling like I'm gonna fall asleep. I've been doing so much yoga. I've been doing weights. I've been learning TikTok dances, and I'm just like, because that's the only cardio I can fit in my room. That's the only cardio that I can fit in my room right now. So it's good. I'm getting really good at dancing. Like, not to say I was always good at dancing, but I'm getting better at dancing, and I like getting better at things, which is good. That's
Okay,
been
so
my
again,
life.
another live video. Let us know below. Who wants to see Danny or Dan try and teach me how to TikTok dance on an Instagram live?
I don't even care what they say. They could say, no, we definitely don't want that. We are absolutely doing this. Oh, I cannot wait. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm really excited. It means I'm going to have to like practice my dances. So
you're going to have to get so good because of how bad I am. Like, no, actually, you know what? You can be terrible and you'd still be better than me because you know how little coordination I have and how little I can actually function as a normal human being.
But it's not actually about how good you can dance. It's about how good someone is at teaching you how to do it. You know, if someone tells you exactly what to do, you'll know exactly what to do. And you know who's like really, really fucking good at teaching shit? Do you know who's really fucking good at teaching? I don't know.
The girl who taught me for a little bit, this bitch. Yeah, that one.
This bitch. All right, it's fine. I feel like people who, you know what, own your talents, guys. I feel like people are going to be like, this bitch loves herself, and they'd be fucking right. But
yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Talent. You're allowed to fucking love yourself because you are amazing. She is the best. She is a queen. I love her. You've been such a positive, no, I'm serious. You have been such a positive influence in my life on so many different levels. And I appreciate your existence so much.
You do this every
and
time.
Don't cry because your isolation and emotions are high.
You overwhelm me with compliments and like it's all funny until you make it real and I just get uncomfortable. Like, oh no.
I love that we both love making each other feel uncomfortable in totally different ways.
Oh. God damn. All right. Oh my god. All right, you gotta change the subject because I can't. I'm not breathing right now. I've literally stopped breathing.
You're going through premature menopause right now. Is that what's happening?
No.
Because of that compliment?
Premature menopause.
No, but you're just like too hot and bothered by the compliment.
It's just that it's not that I'm hot and bothered. It's when you start saying that, every muscle in my body just starts tensing. Like I literally can't even deal. And then I stop breathing because these muscles tense as well. And then the muscles, like the lungs, stop working. So I just have to like remind myself to like relax.
Yeah, just because that was recorded, I'm not intentionally trying to kill her. If I accidentally kill her because she can't breathe, it is 100% an accident. I'm just trying to be nice and a good friend. Just had to put that out there.
I know. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you. And you are amazing. And thank you for saying nice things about me. You're likewise amazing. I want to change the subject. So this guy here, let me talk about Clarence for a sec. So this is my new boyfriend. And I'm not saying that in like this weird sexual way because it's definitely not like that. Okay.
Are you like a stuffed furry now? Like, you know how there's furries? You're like into...
I know what a furry is. I'm definitely not a furry.
I'm not judging. I think it's great.
So I've had Clarence, I've had him since I was in like year 9. I saw him at Kmart and I'm like, this guy looks pissed off as fuck. You know, and I was real emo at the time. And so I was like, yeah, he's coming home with me. So I've always had him because he just kind of helped me through all my angsty years. But I never really understood like holding a teddy bear to go to sleep. I was just never really one of those. Like maybe I was when I was like a tiny, tiny kid, but I never understood it. But then for the last 6 years, more often than not, I'd be spooning someone or being held by someone. And now that I'm not in that, like I actually need something to hold to fall asleep. And then I'll wake up and I'm just like, that's Clarence.
Do you know what you need?
What do I need? I don't need one of those full-size pillows. Or like, is that what you're gonna say?
You need to get, and this is not because I've been pregnant to my knowledge, but you need to get yourself a maternity pillow. Bitch, those things are amazing. You can just like snuggle on into that shit and it's so good. It's like you've got a boyfriend without having to put up with the annoying side of it, or girlfriend, depending on which way you go. But it's great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And that's
Get
good
a
because they don't
maternity.
throw off more heat. That's the hard part about sharing a bed sometimes.
Right? It's just like that nice kind of warmth that like you've pre-warmed instead of a
Yeah.
whole other body and a whole other temperature gauge.
Yeah. I feel like it's the universe having my back. The universe has had my back a lot lately, I'm realizing. Like in terms of I had a really hard time having to move out of home at the end of last year. You knew that. It was like a sad time for me because I didn't want to. And I've had a hard time, not like a hard time, but like I've struggled this year with my new job. So now I've got 2 jobs. And I've realized the universe just had my back because now those 2 jobs are both really steady, especially the new one. Like that's just like, that has to keep
How
happening.
good is that for you?
It's
like right now, given everything, like it's so good.
It's so good and it's such a blessing, and so same as like not paying rent. Like that is a real blessing because I've got so many friends who've completely lost their jobs and they don't know what to do. And I wouldn't know what to do if I was in that position either, because where do you go to get another job right now? Like it's...
Well, that's it. You can't. Like I've got people in my life right now who haven't been employed for like a long period of time and they have been actively looking, but there's nothing there.
No, there isn't.
And unless you want to work in like one of those shit jobs where you're literally like breaking yourself every day, which realistically, and I mean, this might sound a little ageist, but when you're past the point of 23, like you need to have a job, I feel anyway, where you're at least like not working for nothing. Basically you're getting some kind of reward, whether that be mental or financial, out of the job that you're in. When you're younger, you can work for shit all money and shit all reward, and it teaches you something. But once you get to like 23, 24, if you're still in a job like that and you find that you're not learning anything, then why are you still in that job?
Yeah, I think it's really devastating that there are so many people who are past that point and in their 30s and 40s, and like that is the job that they have to put up with, because you're right, like it is detrimental to like, you know, I can't really say, but it is detrimental to your body.
Mental, like every part of who you are as a person is just gonna break.
Yeah.
One way or the other, or both, and that's just fucking sad. Like you shouldn't, I don't know. But then I guess it gets back to the whole idea, and fucking quoting my parents here of like, oh, education. But then like there are people with university degrees right now who don't have jobs because it's the same across the board. Like a girlfriend's boyfriend who studied really fucking hard, finished with like honors or whatever, the distinction or high distinction or whatever it is. I don't know. I never went to uni. Like the highest one has just been laid off because there is no work that is in his field. Like, and he graduated with the highest of possible results, and he just isn't the same person as someone who doesn't have a job, who works hospo day in, day out and breaks themselves doing that. Like, it's just, it doesn't matter where you came from. Realistically now, everyone is fucked by it.
Everyone.
even if you are deemed to be like essential, like there are, again, not using me as an example, but there are girls that I know who have like one girl, she's got a wedding coming up. She has her own like health issues, her own mental health issues, and she works in like an essential medical field. And the way that she keeps herself in balance is by going to gym. Gyms are now closed. Her wedding has to be postponed, but she's still expected to go to work every day and help out all these other people with their mental health when she has nothing to balance out her mental health. And there's no support there for that. I don't even know if psychologists are still like practicing, or if they're only practicing for like really like urgent cases. Like I wouldn't know.
I'd hope
It's
that
crazy.
those kinds of things have just moved to this medium, because I feel like people need them like now more than ever.
Yeah, well, that's it as well. Like, no one's, yeah. God, why do we keep talking about all the depressing shit?
Well, it's because you took it down there, so now we can blame it on you, because I was actually going to talk about some light shit. Are you ready for it? I'm bringing it back. I'm reeling it back in.
Yeah.
So.
You're the light, I'm the dark. Yes, go.
I love you. You are actually my light, okay? Okay, but for real. So I was talking about how the universe just kind of like lined things up for me. The other thing that the universe has lined up for me is that I am single for the first time in almost 10 years. Because I've had this habit of going from relationship to relationship. We don't need to get into that.
We are going to party.
But that's the thing. Single for the first time in almost 10 years, I'm not allowed to go out of the house. I can't go meet people. I can't go do shit. And I feel like I'm taking it as a blessing, because the few times that I have been single since my like first boyfriend when I was like 17, the time after that, and then the very few months that have kind of happened since then, I think there was maybe one period in like early 2014 that I was single. I go nuts. I'm just breaking hearts left, right, and center. Like it's like the only thing I do. Like that's it. And so now the universe is like, no, you're not about to go distract yourself with boys. The whole purpose of you leaving this relationship was not to go be with someone else at all. It was so that you can focus on you. So now it's like you're locked away. You just can't. You have to focus on you. So I'm taking that as a blessing, and also like a little bit like the universe just being real sassy with me now. Like,
also, I just had another Instagram live idea based off of what you just.
What? No. Yes, based off of what? Yes.
Who wants me to do a profile on Tinder and Hinged for Danny?
I've never been on Tinder. Yeah, okay. What? Let's do it. No, of course not. Because when I was with my last boyfriend, we got together like early 2014. And before that,
Tinder was still a thing then.
No, but like before that, which was like not long before that, I was with someone else. Like there was a couple months before, like me and him were a thing, where I was with my boyfriend before that, and we'd been together for like a year and a half. And before that, I was with a boy for like a year. So just like since I started, it just wasn't a thing. I never did Tinder. Never done Tinder. Wow. So I'm excited.
Well, I'm gonna make you 2 dating apps, and if we do it on Instagram live, then what we can do is we can get other people to like vote on the photos that we should put up as well.
They're all stunning, so good luck.
Yeah, I know, right? We'll break fucking Tinder with how many photos you have to put up of you, because you're just so beautiful and you take a good photo every time.
Stop making it real. I can't deal with it.
No, but I personally haven't used Hinge, but it's the other one.
I've seen ads for it. Yeah.
You can put like comments and shit in it. So we could even like, depending on if we do this with wine or not, we could even like get people to pick what you put on there.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea? Are you down with that? Because I would be so down with that.
I'm down for it. I'm so down for it. Like, I'm not
I'm down.
looking to be with anyone else. I'm down for the fun of making the profile. Like,
Yeah. And this isn't necessarily us trying to like get her a boo of some kind.
no
but
booze.
just get
No booze. I don't want it. Don't need it.
yeah, just get you like out there, because I feel like it's a good way to, especially if you have been in a relationship for so long, like break that kind of barrier between like relationship, single, I don't know how to do anything, to like potentially experimenting with other people again. You look scared, but I like it.
It's not
so
that I'm scared.
It.
It's just like, we're gonna do it. It's just that like the whole idea of like other people right now, just like,
For the first 3 months that I used Tinder from when I broke up with my ex, I went on maybe 3 dates, but otherwise I just used it as like something to do when I was bored, like and like people to talk to, like, and I mean, if you don't want to talk to them, you don't have to talk to them. If they stop talking to you because you don't want to go see them, then I mean, that's their loss. It's practice, as I like to say.
look, I'm down for whatever. I'm down for new experiences, because new experiences mean new content for my songs. So
I'm pretty sure I actually have something like that in my Tinder bio.
I'm looking for new experiences. Is that what you say in your Tinder bio?
Something
Love
like
it.
that.
I love it. Amazing.
My girlfriend did it, you know, old mate who works in the barber shop. We went out on Chapel Street one night for dinner, and she wrote my Tinder bio as we sunk beers and G&Ts at Holy Grail. It was good.
I want to go. I want to go to Holy Grail and sink beers and make a Tinder profile. Do you know how much I miss the outside world? Like, so much.
Yeah, well, I mean, I miss it too, and it's only been 3 days for me, so I can't imagine how it's been for you.
That's been alright.
I just, you know, and like there are certain people that I miss as well that I would like to see as well, primarily you and like other people.
Yeah, I know. The king of coins, yeah? Yeah.
No, I meant like our friend from the barber shop, and like, you know, just to like go out and like hang. But like seeing old mate wouldn't be too bad either. But you know, like I meant just to like hang, not to like Netflix and chill, you know.
Yeah. So, to sum up, we're gonna do a few Instagram lives of readings and TikTok dances. What do you think that the people can come to expect from us coming up? Like more of this? Should we have weekly uploads of this with like Instagram live videos kind of peppered throughout?
Yes, I think that given what's happening at the moment and the fact that we actually, generally speaking, besides this, have such opposing schedules, and I have issues with public transport, and also the lighting at your place is too tricky realistically to like bring to mine, I think that this is good. And I mean, we'll see after people hopefully respond to this one, if they like it, if they like us, because I think that we should actually start uploading soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I very much intend for us to do it. We're gonna do it. I've got nothing else to do, babe. Like, may as well just do it.
Yeah.
I'm tired. This has been amazing. I'm tired. I think
You
we've
sound
gone
like
for
a
like
disappointed date.
no, not at all. I've been doing weights and now my muscles hurt, and I feel like we've gone for what time did we start? An hour and a bit. So if we upload this, it's going to be like an hour and something.
True.
So
Are you guys ready for, like, really long, pointless conversations?
I feel like once we can do this once we learn how to set this up and we can do it on Twitch as well, and it'll be a live stream and then people can do it, that'll be easy. But uploading an hour and something video to YouTube or something is going to be a bit harder. So
yeah. Well, you can do lives on YouTube now as well, can't you?
I think you can. Fuck. Can we do video calls on that? I don't know. We're going to figure it out though.
Yeah, we'll suss. And we'll make sure that y'all are entertained, and I like the idea of doing it with wine because I miss wine. But,
Yeah.
you know.
No, absolutely. Having the alcohol there, it's fun. I like it.
Especially like at the moment with like everything being so high strung, like it's nice to just like chill out and chat. It's like we're out at a bar without actually being at a bar, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make sure I drink more wine next time. We can get proper lit. On the first one that we do live, we'll do proper lit, like
Lit.
on, and have bottles and bottles.
Bottles and bottles, Jesus.
Yeah.
What about a bottle? One singular bottle. You can have bottles and bottles, and I'll just have one bottle, especially if there's going to be some TikTok dancing involved, because, you know.
There's always TikTok dancing involved. That one. So let me teach you one move right now. Let's end this with, I'm going to see you go like this with your arms. Let's go. And that's it. That's
not a TikTok dance move, Danny.
No, I know
it's been around for centuries.
It has been around for centuries, and they use it as part of the dancing, and it's a big part. And now that I've rejogged your memory, that's like 1% of TikTok dancing just done. So you're welcome.
Who knew a whole Canadian club could do this to our girl?
You ain't even sitting lit though. I'm looking at my Canadian club and it's empty, and it's like, oh, I should drink more. It's like, no, we should end the video.
No, but you see, I have seen you lit, and it was great.
I am fantastic when I'm lit. It is great. It is great, and the world's gonna see it. The world's gonna see it. But all I'm thinking about right now is how long. Like, I'm immediately gonna watch all of this back once we the call. I know that you're gonna want to watch it back. Do you know how long this shit's going to take to upload to the drive so that you can get it? And then it's going to take fucking ages for you to download it so that you can watch it. And the longer we make the video, the harder it's going to be.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just love talking to you so much because you're so great and you're so easy to talk to.
All right, we're going to end the recording and then I'll talk to you after, okay?
Bye.